Champions League, and you know what we need. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out of the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. Maybe the time is right for us to back our team. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League, and you know what we need. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds! It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out of the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. Maybe the time is right for us to back our team. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be
It's there against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds.
The amount of money you pay for football these days.
Celebrations out on the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out of the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds! It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen!
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds! Celebrations
The invitation to do it all over again.
Yeah, great pleasure. I thought it went well on Sunday, and it always helps when the result goes your way, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it made that 3.5-hour journey home a little bit better, to be completely honest. But no, it was a good performance. Good performance. Just getting Sean laughing at me here.
Yeah, I must say to anyone who's listening in, this is Sean Bradley's dad, and there was, well, I only recognised him because it is very wet and cold out there. I only recognised him by the number 20 on his jacket, actually.
Yeah, he's wrapped up like a proverbial onion today, to be honest with you. But yes, appalling conditions for a game of football. But yeah, let's hope it'll be a good game.
I'm sure it will be. Do you want to run through the Bala Town lineup, or you can go through the TNS one if you want?
Yeah, well, Bala started with Joel Torrance in goal, Carbo, Nathan Peat, Losala Mendes, Nathan Burke, George Newell, Osebi Akadapi, Kieran Lloyd, Ross White, Kyle Harrison and Eddie Clark. And I think TNS are making, I think it's 6 changes from the team that played Barrytown. So Connor Robertson goal. We've got Josh Pask, Jack Bodderdam, Josh Daniels, Beck McManus, Danny Redmond, Harrison McGahey, Jordan Williams, Ben Clark, Leo Smith and Ash Baker.
And we are underway just by a few seconds, and it's the New Saints who are defending the goal to our left. If you are familiar with Mice Teggett, we're beneath the gantry. I'll tell you what, Adrian, we've got the real deal tonight. We're in an enclosed area. We've got a great window that looks out on the pitch. It's relatively nice and warm. I think we tick all the boxes tonight, don't we?
I think we definitely have got the best seats in the house tonight, Rev, to be honest with you. Feeling a bit overdressed in here in the Arctic jacket, so I just might have to go, to be honest with you.
Well, as we look out there, we've got the fourth official just in front of us, and some of the TNS players are arguing with him there. That's the nature of the beast when it comes to football. Every player seems to argue decisions that go against them.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a passionate game, isn't it? Once that whistle blows, then people see things that other people tend not to. It's amazing the difference between what certain players see and what the referee sees, or players from the other team see, to be completely honest.
Good interception there from Ross White as the ball came through to Daniels. Good to see him back in the starting 11 this evening. As you mentioned just now, lots of changes. That seems to be the nature of the beast as far as TNS's lineups are concerned. And you must say as well, it's nothing to do with players playing badly. It's just the fact that there are so many games going on in such a short period of time. Ball into the TNS penalty area, rolls behind, and it's going to be a corner to the home side. Mentioned White, he makes his way up there along with Nathan Pete. They'll be in and around the edge of the penalty area. That's where all the blue shirts are this evening. It's the New Saints, navy blue shirts and shorts, white socks, and Bala in their traditional white shirts, black socks and shorts. As the corner comes in from the right hand side, play to the edge there, looking for Pete. Ball cleared, still with the Lakesiders though, down on the left hand side, and it's a TNS who have it, but it's back into the penalty area now, out on the outside, and that's a strong attempt on a goal there, just over though from the Lakesiders. It was Mendes who got his left boot under that one over the crossbar, but early pressure from Bala Town.
Yeah, Josh Daniels initially did well there winning the ball, but he managed to lose the ball. Good cross in, and that just flashed over the crossbar from Mendes, so a good effort from him.
We do have a TNS player down just on the far side, so there will be a break in play. Massive game for both teams this evening, because the New Saints obviously chasing Penabont at the top, who won last night 1-0 against Haverfordwest County, and Bala, they're very difficult to beat, but they don't seem to be winning many games. They're the draw specialists. They're looking to get into the top 6.
Yeah, I think Bala were 8th going into the game today. A win will see Bala, they're in a pretty unfamiliar position to them. They're usually, up there about that top 4, but 8th place, so a huge game for them. I think it's a chance for them to go 5th above Carnarvon if they win today. Equally, TNS, Penabont are still applying pressure at the top of the league. That 1-0 victory yesterday put them, I think it's 4 points ahead.
Yeah, 4 points, but two games down for the New Saints. This obviously is one of them.
Still all to play for, but big game for both teams tonight.
Another big game as well on the Flintshire coast, the Dee Estuary, as Flint Town United take on Aberystwyth Town, but big because of the relegation battle that's going on at the moment at the other end of the table. We're back underway. It's Bala on the attack down the left hand side. Ball out of play though. Yeah, and we do have visibility issues, don't we, here?
Yeah,
we can't see down the sides.
There's a couple of walls either side of us here, so thank God for the monitor, to be completely honest. But Bala seem to be working that left-hand side pretty well today. They seem to be channeling everything down on their left-hand side.
Roberts takes the goal kick, gets it back from Pask. Now it's in open play, but it's Pete who then turns on the ball. Back to Torrance, under pressure there from Daniels, but he manages to clear. It's knocked on there by Newell, but straight through to Connor Roberts. Thank you for joining us on TNS TV or TNS Radio this evening. 2 for the price of 1. We're still doing the same commentary, but it's going out of 2 mediums this evening. I'm Stuart Blore, joined by Adrian Bradley. This is your 3rd appearance on TNS TV, Adrian, getting quite a seasoned professional now.
I wouldn't go that far, man, but yeah, there's definitely a hat-trick of appearances for me so far. So,
and doing very well indeed, I must say. Which is why you're here for the 2nd time and the 3rd time. And no doubt there'll be a 4th time as well in the not too distant future.
I'll take your word for that one.
Yeah, we couldn't get anyone else. You were number 25 on the list.
I know. I did get a message after the Barry game from a Scottish friend of mine who gave me loads of grief over text. So thanks for that, Hamish McGinty. But,
yeah, come on, Hamish, give him some praise tonight. The New Saints on the attack. That was Daniels up against Burke there. Plays it out though on the left-hand side, and he's picked up again by the Lakesiders. Long ball down the right-hand side for Newell to chase, but the New Saints do well. Now it's Mackay. Brings the ball forward, ex-Sheffield United player, played a number of games for the Blades in League One along with other clubs as well. One of the signings from this season for the New Saints, who still have the ball. Baker back to Mackay, just in front of us, where we have a beautiful position looking out on this rainy evening. Croeso I Gymru, mae'n bwrw glaw. Welcome to Wales, it's raining.
Definitely bwrw glaw, but yeah, should be plenty of sort of heat on the pitch. Bala started this game really well, fair play to them. You know, sort of closing TNS down, not letting them get into any rhythm of play. You know, some early signs that, you know, Bala are really up for this game.
Well, they've already beaten the New Saints once this season in the JD Cymru Premier at Park Hall, and TNS has also beaten Bala in the Nathaniel MG Cup, as well as Barrytown United on Sunday just gone. And so the Saints are in the final, playing Aberystwyth at Newtown in February. So that'll be a game for everyone to look forward to. But between now and then, there will be Welsh Cup games, league games, and of course the big one, the UEFA Conference League. 2 of those to come next week with Panathinaikos at Shrewsbury, and then finally a trip to Slovenia to wrap up the league phase. Will TNS make the cut? Will they be in the top 24? That's the big question, isn't it? Ball off Smith, out for play just in front of us, and it's going to be a throw-in that White will take. He's into the TNS half in front of the technical area. The dugout, as it's still known these days, even though it's usually raised from the ground. It's a term that's stuck. We've got Craig Harrison in there, of course, and Chris Sargent, who was scouting on Sunday. That's why he wasn't at Barrytown United. But Jessica announced that I'm going to be a wifey, she said. So he proposed while they were in Greece. So congratulations to the both of them. Mackay, right-footed, long ball. Just bounces there to our right. And this is where we need to look at the monitor. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw into the New Saints. Down on the right-hand side. The monitor looks like the fog's come down, but actually when you look out the window it's not too bad, is it?
No, I think the visibility's better for the players than it is for us inside the building, ref, to be honest with you.
Well, the corner was taken still with TNS. Ball played across into the penalty area. Players go in. And in the end, just behind that one. Good attempt from the New Saints.
not sure who it actually was, to be honest with you. I'm not sure we still will know who it was.
Well, I'm looking at the monitor and I don't think we will be able to know. Bodnam, was it? No, it was
that Jordan Williams?
It was Williams. Yeah,
I think
it was Jordan Williams.
Disappointed with that one as well. It was a good half chance, wasn't it?
It was indeed an early opportunity there for TNS. We say early, but 10 minutes gone already. Time flies when you're having fun.
Certainly does.
And you had quite a journey on Sunday, down to Barry, and more importantly, back again as well, up early the next day. But it's a hop, skip and a jump here tonight for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're only 20 minutes away tonight, thankfully.
McManus down the right-hand side. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? He can, plays that one in, but again it goes behind, and it's a goal kick to the Lakesiders.
Again, that looked like half a chance. Was it Ben Clark? I'm just waiting for the replay here, but
well, it is a goal kick. We've played almost 11 minutes at Maes Tegid, and it's a 0-0. The deadlock has yet to be broken, and we're going to keep an eye on that other game this evening. They are going about the same time as us, and it's still a 0-0 at Essity Stadium. There's Clark on the ball, makes his way across to the left, diagonal, then lays that one off. Back in field to captain Danny Redmond, back out on the left-hand side. Williams looking to go on the run. He does win a throw-in for TNS though. And it's Bodnam to take. Able to get himself into advanced position.
I think I've seen Jack so far up the field.
He's like a left winger, isn't he?
Like a left winger tonight, isn't he?
You have to look twice sometimes when you see players who are seemingly out of position. Is that really them? Yes, it really is Jack Bodnam, and he's playing out there on the left wing, and it's Daniels who cuts in from the right, but the referee indicated there that there's an infringement, so no further attack from the New Saints on that occasion. Thank you for joining us on TNS TV and TNS Radio, brought to you in association with Planet Hippo, Henstone Distillery and RUKGroup.com. And thank you for joining us. We do appreciate your company, and only if our chairman Mike Harris is listening in or watching this evening, he'll be somewhere in this big wide world of ours with Rianne, and I haven't seen him at the game, so my guess is that he'll be tuned in this evening.
Probably still eating that joint of meat he was eating last Sunday, the size on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I wonder if he's been doing his housework today. Chairman Mike Harris, whose vision makes all of this possible, by the way. The fact that we're able to stream with 24/7 TV, who do a fantastic job, by the way, as they do all the technical side of things. But it's Bala on the attack into the TNS penalty area. Again, though, the New Saints defence does their job. Now it's Jack Bodnam, left winger, races forward, finds McManus. Now to Smith down the right-hand side. Great interception, though, from Eddie Clark. Back with the New Saints again, though. Clark for TNS. There's a header out, and TNS has a throw-in down near the corner flag. Still a 0-0, and we've played almost 14 minutes at Maes Tegid in this JD Cymru Premier round 18, match day 18 game. And the incredible thing is, TNS, we all know how successful they are, but the New Saints hasn't been top of the table yet this season. That's incredible when you think about it.
Yeah, no, it's that the backlog of games has given Penabont the impetus, and fair play, they've grasped it. They've had a fantastic season so far. I think they've only lost 2 games, one of them being to TNS after being 2-0 up at half time, so that was a huge result in the title race for TNS.
Smith, good challenge though, and Ball won back, eventually pumped forward looking for Newell. He sticks a right boot out, gets a touch. Mackay slightly into trouble there, but back to Roberts. And no goals here, but there has been a goal at Essity Stadium between Flint Town United and Aberystwyth Town. Adrian, which way has he gone?
I have absolutely no idea, Ref, because I can't see your phone.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you to have a guess. I'm asking you to
I'd have to go for Flint, to be honest.
I'm asking you to do your Mystic Meg prediction there. And you are right, actually. It's 1-0 to Flint Town United. Lee Fowlers of Flint Town United. And, of course, assistant manager Steve Evans, who is himself a TNS legend. It's 1-0 to Flint Town United if they can get the points there. That's another 6-pointer, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. But, I feel, Flint have been... I know they've lost quite heavily to TNS twice this season, but,
Oh, that was a bit of a fumble there from Torrance, but in the end he recovered.
Yeah, but, Flint, fair play, they've acquitted themselves well in both games. A really solid side, as you'd expect. But, they've started to really pick up points, so, yeah, it's going to be really tight at the bottom there.
It most certainly is, and if they do secure the victory tonight, that makes it very difficult for Aberystwyth Town, doesn't it? Because they're already behind, Britton Ferry and Flint Town United are the two teams who are looking to then pull away, but Aberystwyth need a win, and another win just to overtake them, assuming they don't win in the meantime.
No, huge result for Britton Ferry last night as well.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That was a fantastic result for them. Late goal as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're a good side at home. They don't concede that many, but they don't score that many either. So yeah, very difficult team, as TNS found out a couple of weeks ago to break down at home.
We did indeed. Well, the goal went down as 90 plus 17 yesterday, so obviously they had a fair amount of injury time added on at the end of the game. I did think when I was following it that there was maybe someone hadn't pressed the button and cut the game off, but no, it was 90 plus 17 it went down.
17 minutes. Has to be some form of record, that one.
Well, it is a 0-0 here. The game that counts if you're a TNS supporter or a Bala Town fan, of course, or maybe you're just tuning in because you like Welsh football. And it's a corner to the Lakesiders out on the right-hand side. The blue shirts of the New Saints back in numbers. They're all inside the penalty area. Will be right-footed. It's high, deep into the box. Pete gets the initial header, and the New Saints let that one bounce a number of times, and he bounces behind. Mackay had his eye on that one, and it's a goal kick. 0-0, 17 minutes plus played.
Yeah, Pete didn't get any power on that header there. He's an exceptional header of the football. He's been at Bala a number of years now as well. Great defensive rock for them.
Indeed, as well, he's been in Welsh football for a number of seasons, and he certainly knows the game. He knows Welsh football inside out. A good signing for the Lakesiders. They've made some good signings over the years, and they've often qualified for Europe, more often than not. As it stands at the moment, they're just outside the holy grail of the top six, but a few games to go. And if they could get a victory this evening, which we don't want them to because we are TNS TV and TNS Radio, but if they did, that would be a massive boost for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. We said before the game, didn't we? It was always going to be a massive game for both sides.
Williams chased that one, booted clear, and Bodnam gets the header. He's still in that left wing position. He almost down near the corner flag there. He does well, actually. He's on the ball into the penalty area. It's a strike, and in the end, a great save from the keeper. Great strike, great save. I think that'll go down as a great opportunity for the New Saints, but one not taken.
Jack Bodnam again, wasn't it? Playing centre forward now, so I'm not sure what Jack's up to tonight, but that was a really good effort, and very unlucky that it was straight down the keeper's throat. It
was a great strike from McManus initially, I think that was, and then it was Bodnam. but the keeper did well. We have to give credit there to Joel Torrance. It's still a 0-0 here at Bala Town as they take on the New Saints and this match day 18 encounter. Thank you for joining us on TNS TV or TNS Radio. And although I did say just now we are TNS, of course that's the angle that we come from, but it's true to say that both of us fully appreciate Welsh football and we always see the big picture. And on TNS from the beginning, which we started 11 seasons ago, we've always wanted to promote Welsh football as well, not just the New Saints.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I've been watching Welsh football really closely since Sean's been playing. So he's been playing senior men's football for the last 10 years now, starting off at Tier 4, then moving to Tier 3, then went to Tier 1, dropped down the league, then went to Carnarvon Town for a number of years before coming to TNS in the summer. So I think I've ticked off the majority of Welsh football grounds over those 10 years, and enjoyed every minute of it as well. Really enjoy watching Welsh football.
I am a ground hopper and I do particularly like the Welsh grounds. So whenever we go on holiday, well, let's get the attack though down the left hand side. Williams plays the ball into the penalty area. Over everyone, bounces just the once, bounces behind. It's going to be a goal kick. We go on holiday to Anglesey and Ynysmôn a couple of times a year, and I always have a look at the fixtures that's going on and take in a ground whenever I can.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of teams in Ynysmôn as well.
It's a hotbed of football.
Yeah.
It's a hotbed of football.
Between the Anglesey League and then you've got your sort of tier sort of 3 and 4 teams as well. So yeah, there's an awful lot of football being played on that island.
I am very impressed at the attendances. I went to it was a Friday evening game. Would have been tier 4. And it was in a little village, down a lane, back of a farm, on a car park, and there must have been about 200 people there on a Friday night. I was thoroughly impressed.
Wasn't Glantraeth, was it?
No, it wasn't Glantraeth, Llanacameth.
Oh, okay, Llanacameth, yeah.
So I think it might have been. They tier 4? They were playing Talsan Celts.
Talsan Celts, oh yeah.
Oh, that's an attempt from Bala, but the flag had already gone and Roberts dived, had that one covered anyway. There must have been 200 people there on a Friday night, and it was really interesting because on my car I've got a Welsh flag next to my registration plate, and when I went on, obviously they wouldn't expect too many people from outside the area, and I got on, and the man told me where to park, and I paid my money in the bucket, and as I stood there, a few people said hello to me and just passed the time of day as they went past me. And when I got back to the caravan, we were staying in Trial the Bay, I said to my wife, I said, I've just been to a football game and I haven't spoken a word of English.
Good effort that, ref.
Now it's Baker down the right-hand side, looking to take on Clark, still with the New Saints. Ball out of play, and it's a throw-in to the Lakesiders. So I've been to one of the grounds on my tick list as well. I've been there, Llanfairpwll Gwyngath. So I went there. That was one of my grounds I wanted to go to. Another one is Better Sir Coed. I want to go there. And Barmouth. Yeah, the pitch there.
The
brilliant.
Pitch at Barmouth has always been fantastic, to be honest.
We used to go on holiday to Barmouth, and every time we went, they were always away. So I was just to see them training midweek, but they were always away. So I want to get there one day, and Better Sir Coed. Great little, I love that village, Better Sir Coed.
Yeah, no, it's a nice little spot.
The New Saints, Jordan Williams strikes, and there's a good block again. And it's Abadaki who gets the ball, plays that one out. It's Mendes in field to Cogbo, out on the left-hand side. Can they keep that one in the Lakeside as they do? They do well there. Now they're into the TNS half. But Magai mops up. He has time, he has space, plays that one out onto the right, gets it back, and then into a central position with Captain Fantastic, Danny Redmond, and he scored that wonderful goal, of course, against Penabont. Just 3 minutes left as the New Saints came from 2-0 down to beat the Bont 3-2. But they had a great win last night against Haverfordwest County. That was an important one for them.
Yeah, it was important. I saw the goal on Twitter last night, and yeah, I think the less said about the refereeing on that, the better. To be completely honest, it was, it wasn't the best decision, I'd say.
Bala with the ball. White looks up, plays a diagonal, looks for Newell, but he's up against Bodnam, who's playing centre half on that occasion. Now he moves out onto the back to the left hand side. Mr. Utility.
He's stolen Sean's job tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, Sean Bradley's on the bench, but Jack Bodnam's playing out on the wing this evening. That's how it looks anyway, because the New Saints getting plenty of possession, able to get forward and able to push on this evening. Baker back to Mackay, allows the ball to run and finds Connor Roberts, all in turquoise this evening. Roberts.
Jack seems to be playing left back. TNS have switched to a back four after playing, three centre halves against Barry. So yeah, he's getting plenty of time to get up that pitch on the left hand side.
The same as Daniels as well, when he fits into a right back position. Obviously, you've got Baker in there now, but both of them probably spend more time in the opposition half than they do in their own.
Yeah, I think
domestically.
Josh Daniels, he's playing as an out and out right winger today with Ash Baker slotting in as right back. So he used to be a winger before he came to TNS.
That's his preferred position as well. Mackay, little flick there to Smith. To Baker, back to Mackay, a triangle of players involved there. Now it's Daniels, drops into his own half to play that one to Smith. Played down the right hand side for Baker to Chase. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Good defending again though, ahead of McManus, and ball out of play.
Yeah, Nathan Peets with an important interception there.
Thank you for joining us. We've played 26 and a half minutes. It's TNS TV or TNS Radio, however you are engaged with this evening. The white shirts make their way back into the penalty area. They certainly don't want to concede a goal at this stage. They've held their own Bala, but the New Saints have had the best of the opportunities as the corner comes in from the right hand side. Played back over the bar, or back over and out, and it's going to be another corner, as you were, out on the right hand side, as the players basically stay where they were just now. Second bite of the cherry from the New Saints. Corner comes in, there's a header, but Bodnam is penalised there.
Yeah, it was a good effort by Jack there, but I do think he gave the defender a good old push before he got up for that ball. But he seems to be covering an awful lot of ground tonight.
I think, and this is what managers want, isn't it? I think that when players have been left out, when they get the next opportunity, they want to really show that they shouldn't have been left out.
You've got to get a reaction from your players, and we saw that against Barry at the weekend. And we're seeing it again here tonight.
So another corner, this time to the home side, and this time on the left, which is to our left as we look out. And this time it's the turn of the visitors to pull all the players back into the penalty area, just as the Lakesiders didn't want to go 1-0 down, and neither does the New Saints. There's Chris Sargent on the screen there, if you're watching on TNS TV. Ball coming in from the left hand side. There's a lot of players there in the 6-yard box. That's where the ball goes. Roberts misses that one, but he was pushed in the process. So a free kick to TNS. 0-0, no goals of yet, but I always ask you this one: are we going to see a deadlock broken before half time?
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say. There's not been that many clear-cut chances for either teams, to be completely honest. TNS playing nice football. Got into the game after Bala had a good spell in the first 10 minutes. Bala, as you'd expect, a lot more direct with their play.
Baker traps that one down the right hand side, then he joins in as well, so that the new Saints, now it's with Daniels, can get that ball into the penalty area, which they do. Looks for Williams. There's a defensive header initially, but the ball goes out of play, and it's a throw into TNS. Williams, will he take or will he leave it? He gives it to Bodnam. Level with the edge of the penalty area, almost. Bodnam to take. It's on the New Saints left, in front of the low stand, a section of it, because there are a number of segments of low stand that pretty much runs the length of that far side. Cleared by the Lakesiders. Ball bounces, good header though from Redmond, back to Bodnam. Now Mackay, just the two of them in the TNS half at the moment, along with Roberts, of course. Pasca, should we say. Bodnam's out there on the left wing, isn't he? Pasca to Mackay, over the halfway line. Comes forward. Low ball there to Daniels down the right-hand side. You always have that support there of Baker. Daniels keeps possession, goes back into the TNS half. The two centre halves again, Pask and Mackay. The latter on the ball. Chip there to the edge of the box, looks for McManus. It's the home side that get the header, but it's with the New Saints again. TNS dominating possession and looking to find that little pocket of opportunity that they can pick as far as creating a chance is concerned. 31 minutes played, still a 0-0. There was one goal at Essity, and it was Flinttown United 1, Aberystwyth 0. There's been a second goal, Adrian. What's the score there?
I'll go 2-0 Flint.
It is 2-0 indeed.
I'm on a roll tonight.
You're on a roll tonight, so if you want your lottery numbers selected, if you'd like to give us those, you're doing very well tonight.
Yeah, Mystic Adrian. Forget Mystic Meg.
Mackay to Daniels in the TNS half.
I think this game is a little bit more difficult to predict at this moment in time, Bev. TNS getting all the play, but you know, Bala always in there as a threat.
Redmond went for goal. I think there was a touch there, wasn't there? And yes, there was, because the referee indicates that it will be a corner to the New Saints out on the right-hand side.
I'm not sure if it was Josh Daniels with his right boots, to be honest.
Yeah, it was Daniels. Daniels, there was a nick there. I should go to Specsavers some of these guys. I'll sound looking at the screen sometimes.
I'll be honest with you, Rev, I've had better vision of games than what we're getting here tonight between walls and misty.
It is quite limited.
Oh,
corner comes in.
that
was McManus there. Got the header, came off the crossbar. That could have gone anywhere, but it did come this way rather than the back of the net. Golden opportunity for the New Saints.
Still mystified how that didn't go in, to be completely honest.
Well, it was a great chance there from the corner.
And
Still
again,
with the New Saints. And straight at the keeper on that occasion.
Josh Baker tried to get that one on the turn there, but just didn't quite make contact. If he would have, it would have made things extremely difficult for the keeper.
The New Saints are threatening now as we push on into the 34th minute at Maes Tegid, but it's still 0-0. And it's still 2-0 at Flint Town United. Yonsian has scored both goals for the Silkmen, but it's the New Saints who are on the attack again. Pascal's forward there, makes his way back, leaves it to the forward men to do their business. Ball behind again and ball over, and it's going to be another corner to TNS. And again out on the right-hand side.
TNS definitely turning up the heat here on Bala Town. a number of opportunities in the last couple of minutes, so let's hope we can nick a goal before half time.
And it is Redmond who makes his way across. It's on the right. He's left-footed, of course. Players move in the penalty area as the ball comes in. Headed clear. Drops there to McManus. Look to set that up on his right boot. Instead, though, he's dispossessed, robbed, and the ball's booted forward. I'll be happy just to clear their lines. Now it's Daniels. Goes back to Maguy. Pask. In the TNS half, it's 0-0 here at Mice Tegid. Do you remember when this used to be a grass pitch as well, when the rain used to come down? It was like the old Derby County baseball ground, wasn't it? In the old days.
Yeah, going back many years there now, aren't we? Yes, I'm sure that the pitch has changed. When Sean used to play here, when he was with Bala Academy, it was always an awful pitch in the winter before the 3G came in.
McManus chases, but the ball's shepherded out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Bala Town down near the corner flag, where TNS have had corners in this game. Looks like they're going down the line. They've got players there ready to try and get the ball forward if they can. As the throw-in comes in. The first header, the second header. Now it's on the deck with Newell. Now it's down the left-hand side for Mendes to chase into the TNS half, just outside the penalty area. Good defending though from the visitors. Back with the Lakesiders again though. Still with Mendes inside the penalty area on that occasion. Back to goal. Plays it out on the left-hand side, looking to chip that one in. But it's out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to the New Saints. Still a 0-0 here at Mice Tegid. There was Craig Harrison on the screen there, remonstrating with the fourth official. And it's his side that has the ball. Great lung pass there from Redmond. Williams gets on the end of it, plays that one across the 6-yard box, kept in though down near the corner flag by McManus. Can TNS get that one into the penalty area? So Lakesiders pushing forward. Flag stays down. An opportunity there for Abadaki. And Roberts is penalised. It's going to be a penalty. Abadaki was through into the area. He was looking to get past Roberts, and Roberts protesting. There's a replay there. Was that a contact there from Roberts?
I'm not too sure. I think the term is he definitely looked for that one. This angle will be a lot better for us to have a look at. He's clean through. I don't know. As the old saying goes, I've seen them given.
Yeah, well, it has been given, and Roberts gets a card, and thankfully for the New Saints, it just happens to be a yellow one, and it's going to be a penalty. Looks like Newell's going to take this one up against Connor Roberts. Will the deadlock be broken at Mice Tegid? If there's anyone you want to goal when there's a penalty that goes against you, it is Roberts. Newell comes forward, right-footed, blasts that one in the back of the net, and the deadlock has indeed been broken. In the 39th minute, it's a Newell and a penalty. Yeah. Roberts was really adamant that he didn't touch him, doesn't he?
No, he was furious with that decision, wasn't he? He guessed the right side for the pen. It just crept underneath him, didn't he?
Yeah, he went the right way to his left, but the ball was played with pace. It's in the back of the net, and it's a 1-0 to Bala Town. Here in the second game of December for the New Saints, and a few more to come as well. Next one is Saturday back at Park Hall with a Newtown the visitors. But for now, though, it's about getting back into this game.
Yeah, you know, just disappointing from a TNS perspective. They've had the majority of the play, they've had all of the chances, and you know, one break leads to a penalty, and it's 1-0 Bala.
That's all that separates the sides at this moment in time. Smith for the New Saints. Redmond hooks that one in the direction of Daniels. Drops there, and that was a great strike, but just wide of the mark there. TNS threatening to get that goal back quickly, but 40 minutes played, it's still a 0-0.
Yeah, it's a really good effort by Deck with the outside of his boot there. Just flashed past the post.
Thank you for joining us on TNS TV or TNS Radio, brought to you by Henstone Distillery, Planet Hippo and ourukgroup.com. Three of the companies that are very much an integral part of the New Saints as far as sponsorship and involvement is concerned. It's a goal kick, a launch forward there into the TNS half.
Just spotted Connor off his line there, and you know, took a punt that had him scrambling for half a second there before he clawed that ball into his hands.
Smith drops into his own half to get the ball from Magai and gives it back to the central defender. Signed for the New Saints from Oldham Athletic this year. Great play there from Clark. He's brought down. That's going to be a yellow card and a free kick.
Yeah, it was a great play by Ben Clark there, just breaking through the Bala defence, and you cynically taken down, and rightfully a yellow card for that challenge.
Yeah, it's Eddie Clark who gets the yellow card, and perhaps more importantly, it's a free kick to the New Saints. And if you're looking at the screen, it says Bala Town 0, the New Saints 1. If only.
We'll take that one. Take that one.
It is a 1-0 to Bala, but it's a free kick to TNS. McManus to have a go at this one. It's a 5-man wall just inside the penalty area. Redmond to his right. McManus steps forward, beats the wall, and it's off the crossbar. Nodded back in by Smith. How close was that for the New Saints? Almost the perfect execution, but denied by a few inches of woodwork there. The equaliser, TNS.
Yeah, it was a fantastic effort by McManus there. Didn't put an awful lot of power into it. He just flighted that ball cleverly over, and it just dipped and it hit the crossbar. You know, fantastic effort.
Still that one goal that separates the sides, and we're going to see the board putting in an appearance any moment now as we approach the half-time whistle after we've had the added minutes. Of course, the New Saints are trailing 1-0 in this game, but quite easily could be maybe 2-1 in front based on the chances. But it's all about goals, and it's all about the ball in the back of the net. And as far as that statistic is concerned, it's 1-0 to Colin Caton's side. That's a great challenge there from the New Saints. Daniels lays that one off to Clark just outside the penalty area on his left foot, curls that one, keeper pushes that one away, drops to Williams, and I thought he was playing rugby then for a moment, because that was way over.
He'll be hugely disappointed with that, but you know, fantastic effort by Ben Clark just before that. You know, goalie got down well and just palmed it away.
But well over there from Jordan Williams. Great work from Ben Clark. Set himself up, curled it with his left foot. Keeper pushed that into the path of Jordan Williams, but well over the crossbar with the attempt on goal. seconds to go before we have the half-time whistle. Torrance to take the goal kick to the right of his 6-yard box, and the players are grouped across to the right as well. Most of them in the TNS half. That's where the ball goes. Doesn't touch the ground though, because the New Saints win the header. Daniels flicks that forward for Clark down the left-hand side. Good defending though from Pete. He's across, turns, plays it forward, out for a throw-in to the Lakesiders. Just 10 seconds to go. The fourth official had a look at his watch and realised, oh, hang on, I've got to get the board up.
He's a bit jealous of you and me being here in the dry, isn't he? While he's getting soaked outside. So 2 minutes additional time.
2 minutes to go. Nick Pratt is the fourth official, by the way, this evening. And we're into that 120 seconds right now. 15, 16, 17, 18. Gone.
Bit of handbags going on the far touchline
Bit
over
of
there.
a pushing around there. I think it might have been Cardbow who got the yellow card in the end. It certainly was a Bala player. Well, there was that many involved, it was difficult.
He's just given Jack Bodenham one as well.
Bodenham gets a yellow card.
So yeah, one each in the yellow card count here.
But as far as the goals are concerned, it's a 1-0 to Bala Town. Craig Armstrong will be having some words with his players at half time, of course. Still 2-0 to Flinttown United against Aberystwyth Town as they go into added time at the end of the first period. And if it stays like that as far as the scoreline is concerned, it lifts Flint 3 points clear of Britain Ferry, Llansamwell, and Aberystwyth will have just 10 points. Britain Ferry will have 14 and Flinttown United 17. Not looking good for the Seasiders.
Yeah, a bit of struggle for the last couple of years.
Stopped up on the last day, didn't they? Last time around against Colwyn Bay.
Yeah, you know, could this be the season that they
Free kick for
they
Bala.
finally go down?
Cleared though by the New Saints. Based on form over the last couple of seasons in particular, they're certainly struggling again, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know, it's football, as they say. It is a funny old game. You know, they're in the final of the, you know, in the League Cup, but they're really struggling at the wrong end of the league.
Yeah, they're in the final of the Nathaniel MG Cup against the New Saints in the new year, of February to be precise. But they are rooted at the bottom of the JD Cymru Premier. As the players make their way back into the dressing rooms, the staff as well, of course, and the officials, it's a 1-0 to the Lakesiders at half time. Is that a fair reflection of the game, do you think?
To be honest, I don't think so. Bala started well. You know, TNS took charge of large chunks of that game. You know, had some really good chances, some really good balls in. Just couldn't get a finish on it, and you know, they were just hit with a counter attack, and you know, led to the penalty, and you know, we go in 1-0 Bala.
Yeah, we've had chances, and most notably, I think the free kick from Declan McManus that rattled the crossbar. Then there was a couple of chances, one after the other as well.
Bodenham had a good chance.
Yep.
You know, just you know, he was unlucky for him. He was so close to the keeper. You know, he could only put it in one place, and that was straight at the keeper. But yeah, you know, Bala started the game well, but you know, they'll be made up going into the half-time break. 1-0 up in this game.
Yeah, that's the lie of the land at half-time here at Mice Teggid. Take a break, we're going to do the same, and we will be back in due course for second half commentary between Bala Town and the New Saints.
It's there against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the all push out loud, heads held high and we stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down, don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down, don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out of the pitch.
So don't be down, don't be in distress.
Welcome back to Maes Tegid. The players are lined up and ready to go, and it's just the staff who have to make their way to the technical area. I'm Stuart Bloor, joined by Adrian Bradley. It's 1-0 to the New Saints at 1-0 to Bala Town at half time, but the New Saints looking to get back into it and certainly did have chances in that first period.
Yeah, definitely had the chances, unfortunately unable to put them away. I'm sure Craig's had a few words to say half time there. So yeah, let's see how they come out this second half.
Yeah, well, it will be the New Saints to get us underway, defending the goal to right with Connor Roberts. It's a pass just on the edge of the penalty area, long ball down the left hand side, hooked forward though, back into the TNS half and back out of play to throw into the New Saints. Bodenham to take. Now it's into the Bala half with Williams, Clark. I'm sure Craig Harrison's had a few words with the players there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm sure he wasn't happy with though TNS bossed possession and had them the lion's share of the chances, but ultimately only one stat counts, and that was 1-0 Bala.
Looks like they've gone back to the three at the back there.
Yeah, seems to be a bit of a change of thinking this second half with the system of the team.
Pass at the centre, Bodnam on the left. Baker out there on the right. It's a good game at Barry Town United on Sunday just gone. 2-0, comfortable scoreline for the New Saints, and then Kane McLagan, he likes a goal, and he certainly likes to find the back of the net against TNS, pulled one back, but in the end that's all it was, a lifeline that never materialised into anything. But as we stand at the moment, it's the New Saints who are chasing a goal here at Maes Tegid. So Bala who have a throw. Looks like it's going to be a long one. The players retreat into the penalty area as the throw comes in from the right hand side. The New Saints managed to get that one clear. Still with the Lakesiders though, ball out of play. And I can't see from here which way the referee's given it. He's given it the way of the home side. 47 minutes played. Thanks for joining us on TNS TV or TNS Radio, however you are connected with us this evening. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it's rain here at Maes Tegid in Bala. However, I must say we're in a very nice, warm, comfortable little cubbyhole, aren't we, looking out on the pitch?
I've come to Bala Town and Maes Tegid many a time, and I don't think I've ever felt as warm as I am tonight, to be honest with you, Rev.
Yeah, it's a good place to be doing the commentary. And we are beneath the gantry. If you are familiar with Maes Tegid, you'll know the gantry, and you'll know that big room underneath that looks out onto the pitch. Well, that's where we are this evening. So the New Saints who have the ball now, bringing that one forward. McManus drops to just inside the Lakesiders half. So with Roberts though, plays that one out to Pask. The New Saints. So Maguy is the other centre half at the back, of course, on the other side. Baker's able to push on.
There seems to be a change from the first half tactics where Jack Bodnam was, sort of playing as a left winger. It seems to be that Ash Baker is now playing as a right winger in the beginning of the second half. Just a little bit more quality needed by TNS, not try and force the issue, just pass that ball around, and I'm sure the opportunities will come.
Torrance takes the goal kick over both Newell and Williams. Ball hooked forward there, just outside the TNS penalty area, down on the right hand side. Abadaki has the ball, low one in and cleared by the visitors. Back with the Lakesiders though, not able to get past Pask on that occasion. So Burke has the ball. Can they get it into the penalty area though? Abadaki's doing some trickery down there, but it's the New Saints who clear that one again. McManus defending deep in his own half on that occasion, finds Baker out on the right hand side.
Yeah, it's good holder play by Deck there. I'm always surprised. I think he's not the biggest guy in the world, but his holder play is always exceptional.
Redmond to Daniels as the New Saints look to go down the left hand channel on this occasion with Williams. Ball into the penalty area. McManus not able to get there. Hooked clear out of the danger zone, and it's a throw into TNS. Thank you for joining us on TNS TV, TNS Radio. Redmond plays the ball into the penalty area. That was just wide there from Ash Baker.
Yeah, fantastic ball by Danny Redmond.
Flag went up, counted.
Yeah, but Ash Baker, good attempt.
Redmond controlled, he looked up, inch perfect ball. Baker puts that one wide, but the flag was up on the far side as the rain continues to fall here in Bala. Torrance takes the goal kick into the TNS half. Newell wins the header but finds Redmond in the process. Smith pokes that one through to Redmond, chases that one. McManus again. A stumble there from Cargbow. It's a challenge there from Newell. The referee in the end brings that one back, and it's going to be a free kick to Bala. He allowed the play to continue, but it is a free kick. It's into the TNS half. Just off the centre circle, to the right of the centre circle. It's Burke to take, and the players are strung out the edge of the box, right-footed. Header won by the Lakesiders. Then the New Saints play forward for McManus to chase. He has 3 players around him. Goes in for that one. He's penalised. It's going to be a free kick. The referee going to get a card out there. He's waving everyone else away. He calls McManus over, indicating there that he didn't go for the ball, went for the man. McManus being spoken to by Rob Jenkins. No, I think he's just saying no more, no more.
I think that was borderline.
Yeah.
I think Deck just pulled our tap that last minute as well, and the Bala defender made a little bit of a meal of it, but
so 1-0 to the Lakesiders this evening, and thank you for joining us. If you're watching on TNS TV, if you're listening on TNS Radio, as the free kick comes in, there's a header won by the home team, and Williams couldn't quite deal with that one effectively, so it's still with Bala. Now Smith again can't clear. Great block. The New Saints are living dangerously, especially when you consider that TNS is 1-0 down in this game. Williams goes on a run down the left-hand side, but good defending from Cargbow. In the end, the keeper gathers the ball just inside the penalty area. It was 2-0 to Flint Town United. There's been a third goal at Essity Stadium. Which way has it gone, Mystic Meg?
and that's 2 right, so I'm going to go Flint again.
It is 3-0 to Flint. Surely that's a game set to match there, although they're just into the second half. Aberystwyth Town are rooted now, even more so than previously, at the bottom of the table. That was a 6-pointer. It's a 6-pointer here as well this evening at Maes Tegid, JD Cymru Premier match day 18. It's Bala Town who have their nose in front against the New Saints. Will TNS get back into this game?
Yeah, I'm hoping so, but at the moment it's not looking likely. Quite a scrappy game. TNS just need to get hold of the ball and just get some passes together. Good ball there from Ash Baker from the right hand side, but just not a lack of quality in certain areas at the moment. But I'm sure there'll be opportunities for TNS as the game progresses.
It was a great crossfield ball as well. Baker at that first time into the penalty area, but he goes behind. It's a goal kick. Torrance places the ball down to the right of the 6-yard box and makes his way back to the goal post. All in purple this evening and white gloves. The Bala Town goalkeeper, right-footed into the TNS half. Heads rise. Pask gets the final touch there, drops to Smith. Finds Williams, comes off Lloyd though on that occasion. Now it's down the right again, and it's Lloyd once more. Then played forward, out of play, off Abadaki, and it's a throw into TNS. 55.5 minutes gone. Match day 18. It's the New Saints who are chasing the game this evening. Just in front of us there, Adam Wilson been out to warm up, but no sign yet of an imminent substitution. Mendez to Cargbow, out on the right to Lloyd. Ball continues to push forward for the home team. In the end though, it's Roberts who gathers. edge of the box. Mauls that one to Redmond. Down the right hand side with Baker for the New Saints.
I think if there's one player who can get TNS back in this game, it is Redmond. You know, with his range of passing and his quality, but you know they just need to get him a bit higher up the pitch.
Well, they are still in their own half at the moment. But Maguire to Redmond did well there to get past Mendes, the captain. Back out again on the right hand side. Maguire against Newell. Still with the New Saints in the Bala town half. Mostly on the right, now in the centre. And now on the left hand side it's Bodenham to Williams. Hudson Field back to Bodenham. Pask over the halfway line. Williams into space for Maguire. They're doing the job though. Bala, you've got to give that to them. Well organised, well drilled. It's just McManus plays that one over the keeper, just wide.
Yeah, Beck will be disappointed with that one. You know, should have hit the target. Great opportunity for TNS.
Yeah, down on the right hand side. Again, it was Redmond who you mentioned just now with the opportunity. Scoops that one over the keeper and wide of Torrance's right post. Certainly an opportunity there for TNS.
Yeah, no, definitely there'll be. Hopefully they won't rule that at the end of the game. But yeah, just important the way this game's going is to get Danny Redmond on the ball as much as what they can. You know, he seems to be creating everything for TNS.
Well, he wins the header there against Newell, but then Burke powers the ball forward with a very conclusive header. But then it's out of play. But it's a throw into the Lakesiders. Down near the corner flag, they have the ball. Referee blows there. It's going to be a free kick to TNS. Roberts to Redmond just on the edge of the penalty area. Back to the goalkeeper. Ball still on the deck. Not pressing the panic buttons just yet. The New Saints. We haven't quite hit the 2/3 stage of the game. Well, we want a second goal, of course. If it goes the way of the Lakesiders, that makes it very much a big mountain to climb.
Yeah, you know, you just feel if it stays at 1-0, you know, the further we go into this game, you know, Bala will just sort of drop a lot deeper and invite TNS onto them, and just hope to hit them on the break. But yeah, you know, the way it's going at this moment in time, you know, Bala Town well worthy of their 1-0 win, 1-0 sort of scoreline, I should say.
That wasn't a Mystic Meg prediction.
No, hopefully not.
Well, that was just a slip.
Yeah, slip of the tongue.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. We do appreciate your company. If you're watching on TV and maybe you're new to Welsh football, hopefully it's a good advertisement for the game. It's certainly been end to end. And I think we see some good advertisements for Welsh football, don't we? It was at Jenner Park on Sunday, especially when Barrytown United got themselves back into the game. That could have gone either way at that stage, couldn't it? It did go the way of TNS. But the big picture, good advertisement for Welsh football.
Yeah, no, you know, it was good to see, you know, the second half that, you know, Barrytown, you know, once they got that goal, then, you know, they threw everything at TNS, who held firm and ultimately came from South Wales with the victory.
Lloyd with the ball, gets past Williams. He's chased though by the TNS player, and Clark has the ball for the New Saints. Cheslovich and DeFaro warming up in front of us. Clark goes all the way to the edge of the box, gets past one, just can't get past the second player there and maybe have a pop at goal.
Just one touch too many for Ben there. You know, did well, but Bala defender got the challenge in just in time.
Well, the White Shirts are back in their own half. They are 1-0 up. Newell steps over the line just as I say that. and then he goes back. Mendes slices it, but it does come to Newell. Back to Mendes. Hooked forward down the left-hand side. Good defending though from the New Saints. Maguire gets the ball back to Roberts. And it's Captain Fantastic again. I think there's going to be a substitution for TNS because Simon Spender's having a word there with the fourth official. So we will be seeing an imminent change for the visitors. Certainly a strong bench this evening. Oliver Karolak, the goalkeeper, Ryan Brobble, Adrian Chestovich, Rory Olden, Sean Bradley, Adam Wilson, Nathan DeFaro. Is going to be Brobble coming on. So first substitution of the night, it will be Ryan Brobble. Who will he replace though? That's the question. Still waiting to come on, the ball's still in play. McManus chips into the penalty area. Williams on the far side.
Could be JD moving back and Ash Baker coming off.
Well, Daniels is off. Daniels replaced by Brobble. He did have an injury as well, Josh Daniels. So good to see him on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, you know what you get off Josh Daniels, don't you? You know, 100%. Played really well in the first half.
Goal kick, actually, the ball did go behind. Torrance takes that one to the right of the 6-yard box as the New Saints have enacted the substitution. Harrison went up for the ball. Does end up with Torrance, only clears. Good header there from Cargbo. Now it's on the right hand side into the penalty area. An attempt on goal from Mendes. On that occasion, well over the crossbar.
Yeah, good chance for Bala there. Some good play leading up to it, but yeah, as you say, over into the trees, into the field the other side.
Yeah, the trees and the field to the right as we look out, and the car park to the left. And if you come here in the daytime and there's good visibility, it's one of those grounds that has beautiful scenery. You can see all the hills on the horizon. For now, though, it's the New Saints who are having to climb the mountain. That's a low drilled attempt there from Brobble, who's just come on as a substitute. There was a deflection, goes behind for a corner to TNS on the left-hand side. And Sean Bradley warming up as well in front of us. Could we be seeing further changes from the New Saints? We do have a corner on the left-hand side. Ball flicked back, and then it was Clark who went for goal. Behind, and it's another goal kick.
Half a chance for Ben Clark there. You know, we all know how well he can hit the ball. Scored some fantastic goals for the New Saints over the last couple of years. You know, it's definitely a half chance for him with his quality.
But all that came of that was a goal kick. Thank you for joining us this evening. Or it might be the morning or the afternoon, wherever you are. Because it does go worldwide, of course. TNS TV and TNS Radio. Pete gets the header. Not a powerful one, but it is the Lakesiders only mop-up, and then the ball's out of play to the New Saints. 65 minutes gone. TNS have had the chances, but whether it's been the woodwork or maybe not strong finishing, however you look at it, it's still 1-0 to Bala. Maguire to Brobble out on the right, back to Maguire. And across to Pass. Now down with the New Saints on the left hand side. Williams couldn't control, ball runs off him and out of play. It's a throw in. just in front of the TNS technical area for the home side. Mendes gets the initial touch, ball off Williams again, and it's another throw. Mendes to take this one. No, he's not. He's going to leave that for Kieran Lloyd. But Mendes does get the ball, tries to turn against Williams. It's out to play again. This time it's the way of the New Saints. They need that possession now, don't they? Need to get the ball forward, test the keeper.
It's all getting a little bit too scrappy, a bit too congested with the play. TNS just need to get hold of the ball, pass, just find some spaces, and hopefully the opportunities will come.
As Brobble came on as a substitute just now against Cardbow, and he gives the ball away. Not going the way of the TNS.
Played by Leo to win it back there.
Yeah, did win it back. Williams runs into trouble, dispossessed. Now it's the Lakesiders with Newell. Abadaki goes on a run down the right hand side, tracked by Bodenham. Can they get the ball into the penalty area, or can the New Saints clear it? Well, it's TNS on the attack. McManus cuts in field. Out to Ryan Brobble, about halfway now into the Lakesiders half. There's going to be another substitution. I think this one could be for the home team though. Still with the New Saints, chipped into the penalty area. Oh, it's a header there for McManus, and a great save from the keeper. Ball not kept in though by TNS. It's a goal kick. That was a lovely ball in from the right hand side. McManus got the header, great save from the keeper, but comes to nothing in the end. Again.
There's a great ball, I think it was Brobble. Good header, good save. You never expect the keeper to get beaten at his near post like that, but decent save to keep McManus out.
It is a 1-0 to Bala Town here this evening. So a little more comfortable for the Silkmen, because Flint Town United are 3-0 up still against the Seasiders, Aberystwyth Town, on the banks of the River Dee in Flintshire. A ground that is shared with Connors Quay Nomads and Flint Mountain. So 3 senior sides play at Essity Stadium. And you could do that when it's a 3G pitch.
Yeah.
And you organise the fixtures as well. So one's away one week, one's at home the next week. We have Friday games, Saturday games, so plenty to play around with there. Harrison's had his treatment, he's back on his feet and he's waiting to come on. So temporarily down to 10 men.
Looks like an ex-TNS player.
Yeah, Robles.
Coming on second half now.
Yeah, Louis Robles to come on. Will he be tormenting the New Saints? The current TNS player though, Ryan Brobble, great turn, edge of the box, and in the end it was Burke who managed to get the foot in, but only as far as Baker. Now it's Smith, back out on the right-hand side. It's the New Saints looking to get that equaliser. Harrison sticks up a left foot, ball goes over the crossbar, not quite into the car park. But it is a corner to TNS. It's on the right-hand side. Redmond makes his way across quickly. He has the ball, places it down. Most of the players now are in and around the penalty area. Left-footed, ball comes in. So Mendes, who got the header initially. Smith does well
to make that challenge, didn't he?
Did well there. No foul against Cardbow. Now it's into the 6-yard box, headed clear again by the Lakesiders. A sense of urgency from the New Saints. Mendes rises, but the ball's still with TNS. Brobble just on the edge of the penalty area, curls that one, just wide.
I think the ref had blown, had he?
He'd blown. I think the ball had come off the ref there, didn't it? The Bala Town player goes down. Well, we will see the substitution for the Lakeside as Robles came along and was ready to come on. Then he went back, and now he's come back again, and he's going to replace Eddie Clark. So Louis Robles, ex-TNS player, comes on for Eddie Clark.
Should take the TNS sign in for Bala as well.
Yep.
So full circle for Louis Robles.
Yeah, and he went to Newtown as well. Just give us a thumbs up there.
Yeah, still
Robles.
remembers you, Ref.
He does indeed. I got on well with Robles. In fact, to get on with all the players there. They're great squad, great dressing room.
Not a bad bunch, are they?
They're fantastic. Yeah. That's always been the big highlight for me, really, working with the players over the years.
But you've seen a few over the past 10, 11 years as well.
I have indeed. Yeah.
I'll put you on the spot now. Favourite TNS player ever?
Oh, I could never say that. It's like
You can,
you've got two sons.
You're not going to upset
You've got two sons. It's like asking you which is your favourite. when
both my kids know that I prefer the dog, Rev, so there's no competition with that.
Okay,
one.
my favourite TNS player, Mike Harris. He has played actually in the little games we've had before the main game on Boxing Day and that sort of thing, and he likes to tell people of the time I nobbled him. But I did actually. He was intentional. Yeah. I'll write that in my memoirs when I retire. He did a Cruyff turn on me though. He likes to tell people about that.
Okay. So you say Mike's a decent footballer, or?
No, not really.
Okay, there you go.
when we played our last European game, and we were at Shrewsbury Town's ground, when the players came out, I felt like we're both fathers. When you're at the school, when they're in the primary school, and you're at the school games on the summer, and you're watching your kid coming out, and that's how I felt with all 11 of those that came out. I felt really proud of them.
Yeah, no, fair play.
Ball hooked in there by Brobble, straight through to the keeper though. I tell you what, Adrian, 74 minutes gone, that clock's ticking away, isn't it?
Certainly is, and Bala holding firm up to now. TNS are probing, and they're getting some opportunities, but nothing clear cut as of yet.
At the moment, we're still thinking, well, if TNS can get a quick goal and then it opens it up, they can get a winner. But the further the game goes on, you're making it even more difficult for yourself. And fair play to Bala as well. They've done well. They've organised themselves well. They've rose to the challenge this evening.
Yeah, I thought they looked a bit shaky about 15 minutes ago when TNS were getting opportunity upon opportunity, but they've steadied the ship, and they're looking solid as a unit up to now.
So fair play to Bala, Kwarai-Teg.
Kwarai-Teg, Bala.
But it is the New Saints who have the ball. Roberts to Maguire. Now Redmond, lots of space there for the captain to cross the halfway line. He's in the centre circle. Back again now to Maguire. Still patient passing, probing of football from the visitors, looking for that opportunity. Will it come with McManus down the left-hand side? Needs a support, gets it from Bodnam. Left-footed, blocked, loops up, headed out. Ball with the New Saints again. Ball with Bala. Happy to just pump that one forward. Looking for Newell. Pascal got both arms around him, but it's still with the home side. It's Cogbo. Makes his way out across on the left-hand flank to wait for players to get into the penalty area at the moment. Robles and Newell still with Cogbo, but he's up against Smith. The latter wins the ball back for TNS.
Leo did well there. Yeah, I was going to say that, Bala playing very deep now, and it will be that case for the next 15 minutes, but they always look a threat on the break.
They do, they're keeping Newell up there, aren't they?
Yeah. No, he's done well, Newell, fair play. Held the ball up really well.
He's a good player. He knows where the back of the net is, and as far as his role at the moment is concerned, is to just lead the line, get the ball, hold it up, and those seconds continue to tick away. The seconds become the minutes, and we're into the final quarter of an hour. Well into the final quarter of an hour. 76.5 minutes played at Maes Tegid, and we are going to see another substitution. I think maybe from both sides, but certainly first of all from the Lakesiders. Mackay against Newell.
He did well there.
Did very well. Roberts clears, McManus allows that to bounce in front of him. Clark stumbles on the ball initially, now it's a Brobble. Great run from Jordan Williams into the penalty area. Goes for goal, but just wide of the mark.
Great through ball there by Brobble. Jordan will be disappointed. You know, wasn't far wide, but yeah, should have hit the target.
We are going to see Chaslovich coming on for the New Saints. I think that's going to be the first substitution. Chaslovich on. I wonder who is coming off. And Bradley. There's a happy dad next to me because his son's coming on.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Williams, well, 24 for 11, so it's Baker for Cheslovich. It's not Jordan Williams, he's gone for a water break. We'll find out. We know that Baker's definitely come off.
Not quite sure what
It's a Bodenham
formation he's going to play now, but he's going to definitely go for it in this last 12, 15 minutes.
And Bodenham off, replaced by Sean Bradley. We're talking there about proud fathers. It's always great when he comes on, isn't it? Even better when he starts.
Yeah, it's even better when he starts. But yeah, like I say, I'm his biggest fan, but I'm also his biggest critic as well. But only in a constructive way.
And talking of ex-TNS players, it's Aaron Edwards who comes on for Cargbo. So there's that substitution that they were going to make just now. Cargbo goes off. Eunice Cargbo are replaced by Aaron Edwards. He's a fluent Welsh speaker as well. When he was at TNS, he was the only one at that time, so he was always getting pulled in by Scodio whenever they wanted a Welsh speaker. It was Aaron Edwards.
It looks as if Jordan Williams is dropping back to play left back, with Sean playing ahead of him.
Yeah, well, Bradley's just in front of us on the pitch. Back defending for now, though. Almost 80 minutes gone. We'll be into the final 10 minutes in about 40 seconds time. Double substitution there from the New Saints, and a single one from Bala. They've now got two ex-TNS players on the pitch, Louis Robles and Aaron Edwards. Great interception there from Redmond. Cut out the ball intended for Edwards from Mendes. The New Saints with Cheslovich. Goes on the run, gets a return ball. Low ball into the penalty area, slice across, and again good defending. Bradley plays that back to Redmond. Again wide of the mark. Great opportunities again for the New Saints.
Yeah, the opportunities are coming, but unfortunately no goals as of yet. It'll make for a pretty hectic 10 minutes. I'm not sure how much added time there'll be, probably another 4 minutes or potentially up to 14, 15 minutes of play left in this game.
Yeah, you look at it and say, well, we're well into the final 10 minutes now, but actually there could be 15 minutes to go.
Like the game you were talking about earlier, 17 minutes hopefully.
Yeah, Britain Ferry, 90 plus 17. I'm not sure what went on there. I haven't followed that one through.
Yeah, it must have been an injury or
a technical error maybe, but yeah, it was down as 90 plus 17 anyway. And I haven't been on social media to have a look at what the reason was. But they got there in the end, and it was a very important 3 points for Britain Ferry. Pete does well there at the back. Happy to put the ball out of play. They are leading 1-0, the Lakesiders, and thank you for joining us on TNS TV if you're watching, or TNS Radio if you're listening. Whether it's your eyes or your ears that are connecting with us this evening, if you are a supporter of the New Saints, it's not looking good at the moment, but we have to emphasise those three very important words, don't we? At the moment. Goals change games. It's a cliche, but if TNS can get one back now, that could be a very, very important goal.
Yeah, we've seen some late goals this season already, haven't we, to win games. So yeah, here's hoping we're going to see another couple tonight.
Ball played into the box again though. Pete does well. McGuy's up there, edge of the penalty area, hooked forward. Newell chases, pass, no, gets there first. Yes, he does. Flicks that one to
enjoyed that one.
Redmond. And we've mentioned the Essity Stadium on a number of occasions because Flinttown United are in action this evening, and TNS were 1-0 down against Connah's Quay till very, very, very late in the game, and came back to win 2-1. We prefer to get the goals earlier rather than later. And 82 and a half on the clock. The New Saints are looking for that lifeline that will put them back on level pegging. No free kick given to TNS. Great play there from Redmond against Robles. So it's the New Saints again who surge forward, pushing forward down the right hand side. Ball into the penalty area. Bradley, ball drops to his feet, lays that one off to Jordan Williams. Again blocked. Redmond into the penalty area. Back again to Redmond from Clark.
Just needed to put his foot through it, didn't he? Yeah, just not falling at the moment, is it, Rev? Opportunities being created, but they're being missed.
Well, people do listen to us. We've got at least one listener tonight. James Steer says, "Hi Rev." Let me just get that message up again. He says, "Hi Rev, there was a nasty head injury in the Britain Ferry game." Okay. That's why. That's why. And James is one of our physios, of course. Works with the first team and throughout the academy system as well. It's going to be a double change for the New Saints. It's Adam Wilson and Rory Olden to come on. So Clark, I was going to say Clark for Holden. So that tends to be the pattern of things, but it's first of all Jordan Williams for Adam Wilson, and then Clark for Holden. A throw of the dice there, couple of late substitutions from Craig Harrison. Will they have an effect?
Yeah, looks like they're going to go with Wilson up top with Beck, by the way they've just set up here.
First of all, though, we have a throw-in for the home side. It's dealt with by the New Saints, though. Smith gets it forward, then pumped him to TNS off from Pete. Newell gets a little clip there, but he doesn't go down. There's no foul. As the New Saints are continuing to push on. 85 minutes played. We talked about maybe 15, 14 to go. Well, at the moment, there's just 5 of normal time, and then added at the end of the game. Smith out to McGuy. Just Connor Roberts now in his own half, and he's about halfway through, willing the players forward. Ball into the penalty area. Goal kick.
Yeah, great cross from the right hand side there. Just past that far post with a header.
85 and a half minutes gone on the clock. Good ball in, there was a header, but just directed behind. Torrance again takes the ball to the edge of the 6-yard box to the right. Goalkeeper still alongside his post, and then he comes forward, strikes again, looks for Newell, over him and McGuy, picked up by Pask. Now TNS with Chestovich. out on the right hand side, still with Cheslovich, just over the halfway line. Cross field ball, kept in, support needed. Got that one from Holden, chips that one into the penalty area, keeper pushes it away with his left hand.
So lucky.
Cheslovich not able to
I thought I was going to
deal
drop
with
to
it.
him there, but
Holden, and it's out on the left hand side, ball played in, stooped down there, Pete heads it clear, strike from Brobble, player in front, blocked, and it's out for a throw into the New Saints. 87 minutes gone. Is there a way back for TNS? You would like to think there's a way back to get 2 goals, but at this stage one would be a blessing, wouldn't it?
you'd definitely take a draw at this point, wouldn't you? But you know, TNS, you know, doing all the probing, Bala sitting deep. But yeah, still no breakthrough.
Just 2.5 minutes to go until the board puts in an appearance to let us know how many additional minutes will be played. McManus floats that one in, looks for Brobble, but instead straight through to the keeper. 1-0 to the Lakesiders late in the game here, and thank you for joining us. Brought to you in association with Enstone Distillery, Planet Hippo and ourukgroup.com, and as always a big shout out to 24/7 TV, who do a great job in the camera work and the technical side of things. And I do believe that although there's little drizzle coming down, it's not heavy rain anymore. But as far as TNS is concerned, it's a very gloomy and murky evening. The New Saints look to get the ball from out the corner flag there. They do get it with Roberts on that occasion. Happy to play it forward. Looks for Wilson. Header won though by Edwards. Or White, should I say, for the Lakesiders. Edwards used to wear the 23 shirt for the New Saints. So Ross White here though, Edwards number 6. Good defending again from the home side. 1 minute to go. We're into the final 60 seconds.
It'll be interesting. I think it's, if I'm looking at the right thing, I think it's 5 minutes.
5
showing.
minutes. Yeah.
He's not put it up yet, but we can just work it out from here.
We can see the little 5 that will soon become a big 5 and displayed for everyone else to see. It's the New Saints though pushing on. 30 seconds to go. Ball in and headed away again by Bala Town. Throw into TNS. Everybody forward for the New Saints. Ball played into the 6-yard box again. Good defending. Again the ball out of play. And again a throw into the New Saints down near the corner flag. 5 minutes at the end of the game. Minimum, of course. Lots of things can happen, but including Maguire being dispossessed there. So Mendes is on his own. He needs some support. He's got Abadaki just to his right, and the blue shirts come back. It's out of play. It's a throw into TNS. That would have been probably game, set and match if he'd have gone through with that one.
Yeah, I think it would.
We've played 30 seconds of the 5 minutes added at the end of the game. Wilson has been out with the Kenya national side. Redmond chips in, straight though into the arms of a very grateful Joel Torrance. Clutches the ball, goes to ground, eats away a few seconds as the clock goes past 1 minute of the 5. Will there be a goal for TNS?
I'd like to say yes, but it's looking unlikely at this given time. We're just not creating enough. There's huffing and puffing. There are balls coming in, but there's no real clear-cut opportunities as of yet. Just hopefully there'll be one more before the end of this game.
One more, and if they can find the back of the net, they would at least rescue a point right at the death. As it stands at the moment, though, it will still be 4 points behind Penabont with just one game in hand. So for the first time in a number of weeks, the New Saints would actually find themselves out of the driving seat.
Yeah, and it just makes that comeback.
Oh, Brobble floated that one in. McManus got the header. But again, the keeper clutches that one comfortably and goes to ground, eats away a few seconds and makes his way to the edge of the box. We've played beyond the second minute of the 5 indicated by the fourth official.
Yeah, there'll be some happy Penabont supporters no doubt listening into this game.
There will be indeed. That's what you do. It's always about you and your team, but if your rivals can drop points, well, you'll certainly take that one. It
just highlights how important it was for TNS and the second half comeback against Penabont, because if Penabont would have taken 3 points from that game as well, they'd be clear daylights at the at the top spot in the league.
Almost 3 minutes gone. Just a couple remaining. Lakesiders have a throw in. It's level with the edge of the TNS penalty area on the far side. Happy to take their time. Of course, they are 1-0 up this evening. The visitors clear. It's Edwards who gets the header, back header initially, then Burke who plays it out onto the left hand side. Keeper that one in the corner flag. TNS do well to recover, but they're still in their own half. Crossfield ball there to Redmond. There's Robles in front of him. Redmond plays that one back across the pitch. Now it's Brobble. Everybody inside the Bala Town half except the TNS goalkeeper. Wilson runs into trouble. The white shirts do their job. Happy to just pump that one forward, out of play, and it's going to be a throw into
this is last chance saloon for TNS now.
It is indeed, because we have about 30 seconds remaining. We're playing pass, gets a header, heads it behind. It's a goal kick. Maybe that was the last chance.
Yeah, if it does finish 1-0, then you've got to say that Bala have definitely done a job on TNS tonight. TNS have had the majority of the possession, majority of the chances. Bala have taken their chance, and they've held on to it for the majority of the game.
And Flint Town United have beaten Aberystwyth Town 3-0 in that 6-pointer. This would be a fantastic result for Bala, and as we say that, the referee puts a whistle to his mouth for the final time. It's all over, and it's the Lakesiders who secure the victory and the 3 points this evening. Massive win for them. That's 5 defeats over the New Saints this season in the league. That's not good form at all, is it?
It's unprecedented, that for TNS, isn't it? We were chatting earlier about the effect of European games and the amount of games that TNS have played. Obviously there's a big squad there, but yeah, something's not right this year. But yeah, I'm sure this will get turned around, and onto the next game.
Yeah, 5 league games. That was just match day 18 for the New Saints, and 17 played, of course, but still early days yet. There's a game in hand that the TNS has over Penabont, but that's a game that even if the New Saints were to get the 3 points now, it still wouldn't put them top of the table. Match day 18, and the New Saints have lost 5 already this season. And to bring that into perspective, not to wishing to be doom and gloom, but unbeaten last season, just once the campaign before and twice before then. So to lose 3 times in 3 seasons, and now to lose 5 on match day 18. European effect, as you just said.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard to put your finger on it as well. You know, they're dominating games, possession-wise and chances, but yeah, they're just not scoring the goals. You know, is it the fact, you know, Brad Young has left? You know, he was a fantastic striker, but you know, Deck's been on good form. Rem's been on good form, scoring goals. I know he's injured at the moment, but you know, there are goals all through this team. They're all chipping in with goals, but it's just not happening for them up top at the moment.
No, it isn't. I think Brad Young, without doubt, he was prolific, wasn't he? I remember when he came on for his debut against Hibernian B, came on within minutes, found the back of the net, and he never stopped scoring from that time onwards. And yes, you've got Declan McManus, but he's also been injured as well, and Rem has come in, and he took him a little bit of time to get some match fitness. You've got others who can chip in. Sean Bradley has got a few goals, of course. Jordan Williams, Ryan Brobble, they all know where the back of the net is. But tonight it's unusual to see the New Saints go through a whole 90 plus minutes without even scoring 1 goal.
Yeah, no, you don't get many games in which that happens, as you said. But you know, it's just important now. Just move on to the Newtown game at the weekend. You know, that's a big game. Need 3 points on the board, and you know, keep the pressure on Penabont.
Well, if you've enjoyed tonight's game, don't forget to tune in or listen, whether it's your eyes or your ears. Don't forget to connect with us on a Saturday afternoon, 2:30 UK time, as the New Saints host Newtown at Park Hall. I always say we'll enjoy the rest of the week. Well, we won't enjoy this week from a football perspective, but we will be back on a Saturday, and we look forward to your company as well. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you then. And we'll leave you, if you're on TNS TV, with some of the highlights from tonight's game at Maestegid, which has ended 1-0 to Bala Town against the New Saints.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know